What's going on, guys? So today's video is going to be a really cool, interesting video. As a lot of you guys know, we just got some awesome land that we're doing all sorts of cool projects at. And one of the first projects that I want to do is secure it and put cameras up so I have the ability to see what's going on whenever we're not here, or even if we are here, because, you know, when you have a lot of land and you're kind of out there, oftentimes some things can happen and you just don't really know what's happening. The folks over at Reolink were really cool, and they supplied me with all these awesome Reolink GO PT cameras. Now, actually, well, this one's a PT, and that simply means pan tilt. You zoom digitally by zooming in and pinching. And then they also provided me with this GO Plus. And I have two more of these that are going to be going up as well in various areas of the property. But what I wanted to show you is the GO product here is the specific cameras that they have that accept LTE SIM cards. You heard me right. So you can get LTE SIM cards from your preferred wireless carrier. You put them inside of the camera and they are completely wireless. I mean, the only wire that would go to it is the solar panel, which keeps it charged. And it has an internal battery as well. So all this is doing is keeping the internal battery charged up and in good shape. And I've been using these actually for a while. I've used this camera at our cargo trailer, and I have another one of these cameras at our home that I've been testing for some time, and they work exceptionally well. I really like the motion detection capability and the ability for it to really spot and capture and timestamp whenever it detects motion. And it does it far better than any of my Blink cameras or my Simply Safe cameras. It does a phenomenal job detecting motion whenever something moves in front of the camera, and it gets you right to that clip on a timeline so you know specifically when it took place. So I've charged up the cameras. I got them ready to go. This one's going to mount first, and when it's mounted, this one will be upside down in this orientation, and I'll be able to log into it. I've actually already logged into all of these. They don't take any time at all. You literally spend maybe 2 to 3 minutes setting them up inside of the app. It's simply adding them. You have a QR code here on the back, and then you scan the QR code. It configures the whole thing. If your LTE SIM card is active with the data plan on it, it finds a camera and you're good to go. I really love how these work, and they're going to work out really well. And we're going to place these around the interior and some of the perimeter areas of the property. We're actually going to have cable internet service out here as well, so we'll be able to reach some areas that are close enough to the Wi-Fi range of the router. But these cameras are going to be placed well outside of that range, and they're going to come in really handy. So if you have land, if you have your RV out in a storage building and you just can't reach it with Wi-Fi, if you have a large plot of land, maybe a deer lease or something like that, and you want to keep an eye on it, as long as your SIM card data provider has coverage where you need it, you can use something like this. And for these, we're going to be using T-Mobile. They're 4G, 5G SIM cards. They just pop right in and they configure automatically. Very, very cool. Absolutely love these. We're going to get to installing them. Okay, so we have one camera in place. It's positioned here on one of the barns. And if you go right to the edge over here, you can see the solar panel kind of popping up on the side right there. And it's going to get really good visibility to the sun because the sun's right over here and it's going to cast right over top of it. But that one's already in place. It's already connected and I've already tested it. So right now, the sun's not really out because it's blocked by the trees. But there's a little bit of sun. It's probably charging the battery a bit. And I just used some cable clamps to string it along the edge here, and it's mounted about 12 feet off the ground, so it should be pretty good. And I have a floodlight right above it, and because the camera lens is mounted kind of underneath the pan tilt portion right here, you shouldn't get any of the glare from the light. It should actually just help it, so that is really cool. And yeah, it's in really good shape. And again, I've already used some of these. So I bought some off of Amazon a long time ago, and I put one on the back of my house facing a pool, and it really gives you a good picture. And that one's Wi-Fi. So this one actually has LTE, like the one I have on one of my cargo trailers. And man, do they work really well. I'll give you a view here in a second. Hold on. So there you have it. It has two modes. So you have HD and then you have Fluent. HD being 720. Really cool. That's me, and you can see my Chick-fil-A bag right there as well. Okay, so got a tree here, nice beautiful oak tree, and I have a camera right here, and these cameras aren't pan tilt, but they are more static. They got a relatively wide field of view, and this will actually go down the path. So this one is going to have this battery right here drop into the back of it. I have my SIM card right there and my memory card right there. This is going to slide in right there. Once it's in, it'll probably turn on. And then we simply take this cover, pop it on the back, and it gives you this really cool camouflage cover that kind of covers and protects the whole thing. So this camera is going to go right here and point off that way. So let's go ahead and get this thing mounted. Okay, so we have the second camera connected now, and as you can see, it's pointing all the way down the path, which is super cool. So that one again is mounted right here. It's got a little bit of camo on it. Very cool. It's got that same motion detector, and it is right beside the actual path, so you'll be able to see any motion coming on and off the property with vehicles. So that is really cool. So now we are going to move the solar panel somewhere. We got to figure out where, because there's a lot of tree coverage right here, and the sun, it's about 5:30 almost, and the sun is kind of setting. So if I don't position it right, then it's only going to get a charge when the sun starts to set. So I'll probably put it on this side of the tree, or maybe even on the top of this post right here. But the backup battery inside of it can last quite a while, so I'm not too worried about, you know, if the solar panel gets damaged or something, it just going dead. It'll last a while, especially since it really only records when there's motion. Got a little dark on us, but here is the solar panel for the driveway camera, which is right there. We're going to go and hang the other two cameras and get those near the street. Okay, so we are out here installing the front gate camera. This is for the existing front gate that's out here. And then we'll move over to the new gate camera for the new gate that we installed. Solar panel is right above it. This is super cool, and it gives me a really, really good view of what's going on at the gate entrance. Very, very simple to install when you don't have to really run any wires except from the solar panel to the camera itself. These are absolutely awesome cameras. We have one more. It's going to go up over here. It's getting a little dark outside, so a little bit difficult to see, but the wind's died down, so that's a nice thing. We're going to be putting the other camera up here in the dark. It is a beautiful starry evening out here too. Yep, one more on this really, really rickety ladder. I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit better at night. Anybody want to tell me statistics on people who injure themselves or die on old wooden ladders that they find in abandoned garage buildings? Anyways, let's get a camera mounted. Okay, so we have the last camera up. Sorry for a bit of a blurry image, but you can actually see the LED illuminators that are on it that illuminate the area, so at night you can actually see a little better. It switches from color to black and white, and it uses the illuminators. So they're currently on. Very cool. Have the solar panel mounted directly above it, which is going to give it the best perspective, and it's also going to protect the camera a little bit from rain. But that is really cool, and they work really, really well. I've been using Reolink cameras for a while, so naturally when it came time to put cameras around the property, they were the first company I thought of. And they did provide these for evaluation on my channel before, and they provided them to help me secure the property now. So I want to give a big thanks to the folks over at Reolink. So all you have to do is go visit their website, and once you visit their website, you pick out the Go series camera. Again, they have both the pan tilt cameras like this, as well as the static cameras that don't move. And you know, it's really what application is best for you. These of course give you a little bit more flexibility because they can rotate around and you can see a little bit more of what's going on. You know, I might actually position it on this side because I'd then be able to pan it that way a little bit, which is actually a little bit better for what I'm trying to do. But all that being said, the reason why you see them turning on and off is because it's detecting me. It's detecting the motion as I move in front of it, which is super cool. They work really, really well. And again, totally wireless in terms of needing any type of power or any type of Ethernet or Wi-Fi connection. All you need is a SIM card from a provider, right? So in my case, I'm using T-Mobile. I have a 2 GB plan, pay $10 a month per camera, and I can have footage out here, you know, relatively far from anything else without having to try to broadcast Wi-Fi out here, and it works really well. Another big announcement I'd like to make real quick is that they are going to have a really, really great Black Friday special. I'll put a link in the description of this channel to both their normal website as well as your ability to kind of take part in the Black Friday special when it goes live. So you definitely want to pay close attention to that, because if this is something you may be looking for to secure maybe a barn or maybe a storage building where you have your RV or other equipment, you know, it's just a really, really great solution. If you've been running Reolink cameras, let me know. Leave a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts have been on them. I have absolutely been very, very happy with them. And even the one on my cargo trailer that has been out there in the sun, getting beaten up by weather, it's made it through heavy, heavy thunderstorms and downpours. It still looks crystal clear. I haven't even had to go out to clean up the lens. That's how good it's been. It's been amazing. And here is the front camera, just so you can see it. This is the gate camera. This is the one that we put up on the other side over there. And here is the new camera. So I have it labeled incorrectly right now at the moment, but check that out. Look how bright that is. And it is really dark outside right now. I mean, it is just very dark outside, and it's picking up everything around the new gate so well. Very cool. I am super impressed with these cameras. And yeah, I'll definitely put a link in the description of this video if this is something you may be interested in. Again, you just pop your SIM card inside of it. It actually detects it, configures, and does all that stuff on its own. So very happy. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we will talk to you again very soon.